Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper. My topic today is, are ADHD medications worth taking? This is an individual question. It really depends on the person. As a coach, I get a little frustrated because I get a lot of people calling in with a belief system. I don't want to put any medications in my body, which, and don't get me wrong, I can understand why you don't want to over-medicate, but a lot of times they have this reaction to it. And I think it's really important to put medication of any kind into a context. At the end of the day, the question is my quality of life better with it as opposed to without it? I have had a health condition many years ago where I had treatment and my thyroid shot. I have to take thyroid medication every single day on an empty stomach. Literally, I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can take it, because when I get up, I got to have a cup of coffee. And so anyway, take it at 4 o'clock, and when I get up at 6 o'clock, and then go right to the coffee pot. Anyway, why do I take it? Well, because my quality of life is better. People with ADHD take stimulant medications. Why would you take it? Well, overall, is my quality of life better? There's a lot of people out there who smoke cigarettes. We know that nicotine is addictive, but it also helps with focus. If you smoke, the nicotine, it's kind of almost, it's not like a stimulant, but it does help you pay attention in school or work. It's got a lot of really bad long-term effects to it. So you could say, well, I could smoke cigarettes, but again, maybe the long-term impact of that's not so good. And there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of substances out there, whether it's drinking or smoking marijuana or nicotine, recreational, when they have to consider long-term consequences of it. But going back to ADHD is, people with ADHD, they struggle. The incidence of divorce are higher, failed businesses are higher, speeding tickets, disabilities, communication problems, all that is there. There's also some discussion about the long-term impact of it, maybe some cataract issues, among other things. But again, the question really comes down to, overall, is my quality of life better? Certainly, you'd like to have the quality of life without having to take the medications. But at the end of the day, you're kind of picking the best of the worst, if you will. And so I'm sharing this with everybody to kind of give you pause to think about this. I do emphasize is that there's long-term effects of taking the medication, but there's also negative long-term effects of not taking the medication. Sometimes I get adults that came in when they were kids, sit down, stop, quit doing that. The negative spew over a long period of time impacts their self-esteem. And sometimes as a parent, it's worth, hey, maybe we'll give medication so I'm not always hounding my kid in these social situations, do that, or would other people do that so that they have that negative self-talk. Anyway, the point of this video is really to pause and say, at the end of the day, it's an individual choice. And if you're taking medications, is your quality of life better than what it was, taking into consideration side effects among everything else, long-term consequences, both with and without it. I hope this is giving you a cause to pause and realize that it's your individual choice. For those new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. We release a tip like our thought each week. For our regular listeners, please leave a comment. And for those so inclined, we do this for you. We certainly appreciate any contribution you'd like to make to help us do this by hitting the thanks button. So with that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.